Welcome to the Casual Outdoorsman. I'm Dave, your host, and I'm here today with my two friends Adam and Tony. Today we're going to be heading up and down the Silver River and into the Ocklawaha and spend a couple of days camping and seeing what the river has to offer. You're welcome to come along.
We launched at Ray's Wayside Park and then paddled up the canal that leads to both the Ocklawaha and the Silver River. Turning right onto the Silver, the first thing we were greeted with was an abundance of gorgeous Florida wild birds. We came upon a troop of rhesus monkeys that were playing in the forest. They were nice enough to let us take their pictures and film them for a little while. After spending some time with the monkeys, we headed upriver and started seeing armies of turtles sunning themselves on the shore, alligators that were popping their heads above the water, and then we were lucky enough to run into these two guys. After leaving the manatees behind, we made it to the head springs of the Silver River. Here the water is crystal clear, 72 degrees, and absolutely gorgeous. We spent a little time here, then headed down the Fort King Paddle Trail. The trail leads you right past the boathouse that the glass-bottom boats at Silver Springs is so famous for are stored, and then eventually past the old Silver Springs Landing and the old Fort King, both of which have been abandoned, and for how long I don't know. And eventually this trail leads you right back into the Silver River. We paddled back down the Silver into the Ocklawaha. We set our camp up about 1.5 miles downriver from the bridge. The next morning we were back on the river. In the beginning, we didn't see much wildlife, probably because of the cold temperatures the night before. But as the sun started to rise and the temperatures started to heat up, we started seeing more and more wildlife. Alligators were coming out of the water to sun themselves. Waterfowl was feeding around the lily pads around the edges of the river, and on the banks we started seeing wading birds. We paddled downriver the next 18 miles, having to portage our boats about 5 times because of trees that were falling across the river, and ended our trip at the Ocklawaha Canoe Outpost.